Hello everybody. Uh, let's start our video about speaking about the multi-container applications that we will make with Docker. It will like this. It is four containers connected through a network. We call it Kafka network. And one of this container is Zookeeper, and the three are the brokers, the Kafka brokers. Each of them can be accessed user using their host name and the port number, which is identical in each of them, which is 1992. So just the name is changed from broker 1 to broker 2, broker 3, and using this host name will be and the port number here will be used to access this container within the Docker. If we want to access it from our local machine outside the Docker, we'll use local host with 1993, 1994, and 1995, different port number for each port. So that is a description about this application and how this is done. You are provided with a Docker compose file in your repository, and you'll find that there is how the network is configured, how the containers, which one of them is Zookeeper, brokers, and how the port maps is done. The first broker, which is broker 1, this broker 2, and the last one is broker 3. So how we can run this application and create topics and make consumer and producer for Kafka. That is this demo about. First, we will change the directory in our command prompt to the directory in which we have the Docker compose file in it, the YAML file, and then using the command docker compose uh, up-d to start this application. If this is your first time, it will take more time than that because it started to pull images from the Docker Hub registry and then start to building. Here, because I did this before, I started the building already, and the poll is not done. Then you can check the logs from your Docker app if you are working on Microsoft Windows like me. And if you see that the four of them are working already, and you can go to the logs and check that the serialize is done and everything is working correctly. There is no warnings, there is no error, so it is good. Then we will start by creating a topic. To do this, we will execute a command through the bash command line interface within one of Kafka brokers. And to do this, we will start with docker execute and produce the container name, which is broker1 that we wanted to execute this command in it. And what is the command we wanted to execute? It will be this command. Which is Kafka topic. This is the command of the file, the executable files that we wanted to execute with the shell command. And what about this Kafka topics? We wanted to create this an option given to as argument given to this command or this file, which is create. We want to create a topic. The topic is called topic. This is the name of the topic, and then the configuration. How many partition we want? We want 3 partitions, and how many replica for each partition? It is also 3. And create it if it is not exist. If it exists, keep this command, and just we provide it with broker's host name and port number, which is 1992. Uh, if we just execute this command, this will tell Docker to execute this command inside the broker1, and now this topic is created. Also, we can do this again, but now instead of providing just one broker, we can provide a list of brokers in case if one of them is dead. Uh, the script here, the command here can use the others to do this. Also, there are constraints about the replica factor. Replica factor is the first statement was 3, here was 2. The replica factor can be anything, any number, but it cannot exceed the number of brokers that already run now. So we have 3 brokers, then we have 3 brokers, and for these 3 brokers, we can have only 1 or 2 or 3 replica factor, no more than 3. So let's create this new topic, which is called topic 2, and topic 2 is being created, and this is good. Um, this command will be provided to you as a description of the YouTube file. So just you don't need to write it, just copy and paste. Now, if you want to ask please describe to me what is the topics that is already created in this Kafka cluster, so that we will execute inside any of the brokers. It can be any broker, not necessary to be broker one. The Kafka topics, we will execute the same executable file, but with different arguments. The argument now will be described and provide it with one or more of the brokers. And the output will be like this. For each topic, this is the first topic, which is called topic, and this is the second topic, which is called topic 2. We have 3 partitions, and that is the ID of the broker with the leader partition for the leader replica for that partition. And here is the replicas. As you can see, there are 3 replica for each partition in the first topic, and here's the asynchronous replicas. The same for topic 2, but you can see that there are only 2 partitions, two replica for the 3 partitions, because the replica factor here is 2. The same can be achieved but by using list instead of describe, which gives a brief can give you a brief description about the topics that is already created in this cluster. Then how to make a consumer or a producer. To make a producer, just you have to run another script inside any of these brokers, like this. Here we will execute inside broker 2 a bash command, and this bash command consists of 2 parts. The first is echo value 1, which is print value 1, and this will be pipelined to another uh, executable file, so as if we will print value 1 inside the file, which is called Kafka-console-producer. And for this Kafka console producer, which will act as a producer that produce into a certain topic. We'll give it some arguments like we are requirements acknowledgement and the list of brokers that can be used, one or two or even the three of them, and what topic we wanted to produce to, which is topic here. Then just click enter and this will be executable, and now value 1 is produced inside the topic. Also, we can produce a list of topics like using sequence command. Sequence command will start producing messages in each line. This message starts with 0 with a step 2.5 and end with 10, which means that first line will contain 0, second 2.5, third is 5, 7.5, and at last 10. And these 5 lines will be sent to Kafka producer, and each of them will produce in a different message. Uh, Here I provided with the all brokers I have, so it can be any of them, and it will be produced to the same topic, which is called topic. Also, for the third one, we can produce we can provide both key and value to the producer. Maybe the key is 10 and the value, which is a message here, which is will be something like temperature is equal to 20, something like this, and told him that please produce these messages using the broker lists here to a topic called topic, but the message will provide you this string, have to parse it and parse it according to, sorry, according to comma. You will find the key, then you find comma, so you know that this is a key and this is a message, and here's the message will be temp, which is a brief of temperature. Temperature is equal to 20. So just click enter and this will be produced. Now about consumer. We can do the same but using now Kafka console consumer. And if you can see here, we will execute this command inside the broker 2, and we will run the command Kafka console consumer with the servers, the brokers, which is provided with one of them or three of them, whatever you want, and the topic you wanted to consume from it, and uh, another argument which says that we want to consume it from the beginning. You want to consume all the messages that already there and that will be pushed to this topic in the future. There is another option if you want to just consume new messages and discard the old one. So just I want to consume from the beginning, and from the beginning you will find that the result will be value 1 from here and some messages which is 0, 2.55, 7.5, 10 from here, and at the last is temp is equal to 20 from here. And this is our messages, and it is in a block mode, which means that it is waiting for new messages to be consumed and showing to you, so that if just I run this command, but now we'll provide it with a new 21 messages from 0 to 100 with a step of 2.5. That is will be the result. Okay, now can I stop this consumer? Like here, there's another option if you wanted to just consume just 10 messages. Just you have to add this new argument at the end, which says that the max of messages you wanted to consume is 10, so that it will consume just 10 messages and then stop. Uh, what else we can do? We can do the same, but instead of just produce message by message, we can run this command, which is called this command, which is called uh, which in it we will execute in an interactive mode inside the broker one the same command, which is Kafka console producer, and provide it with the brokers and the topic we want. By doing this in interaction mode, this will work and still work until we stop it ourselves. So what is here? We will produce to another topic, which is topic 2, some messages, and this message will be inserted here, and will iteratively produce messages on each line we will insert will represent a message to be produced. Let us consume messages uh, from topic 2 in this window and start by writing new messages like temperature is equal to 20 and pressure is equal to 1000 and maybe humidity is 10%. You see that it is produced here and consumed from here. We can repeat this again, like temperature is increased to 2020 and 22, and the pressure is maybe 1015, and the humidity start to increase to 7%, and this will be still um, still consumed in the other window. Now we can stop this by pressing Ctrl C and stop this by also pressing Ctrl C. When we finish, we wanted to free to free the memory from the running container like now. So just run docker compose down, and when you are running docker compose down, uh, as you can see that the containers will start to be deleted, and their memory will be freed for you. So what is your next step? Your next step is to write in your local machine a piece of code. Sorry, write in your local machine a piece of code using Node.js and Python to create and produce messages from this Kafka. To do this, you have to create another application using Docker compose up -d, and then you start by writing your scripts with Node.js or Python. But if you wanted to access this from your local machine outside the container, which is a normal operation, you usually don't use producer and consumer inside the broker. You are usually using it outside the broker. You will, instead of using broker 1 and broker 2, broker 3, 1992, you will use localhost 1993, localhost 1994, and localhost 1995. So you will use these three instead of those three. Okay, thanks for listening, and bye bye.